Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
But we got smashed. But we got smashed. But we got smashed, bro. But we got smashed. But we got smashed. But we got smashed. But we got smashed. But we got smashed, bros. Though.
3, 2, 1, go!
What's up? What's up? It's your boy Levelhead back with another live and leveled Gamers podcast. This is episode 412. Welcome to the show. We was having a little technical difficulties, so we got in a little late. So let's get up in here. What's upcoming for Crunch? Welcome to the show. What's up, Mr. Norris?
What it do?
Nothing much, man. We gotta talk about it. Xbox, Microsoft just teased Project Helix. Is that how you say it? Helix. We also gotta talk about Sony pulling back on PC ports. Sony is pulling back on PC ports. We want to know how this Helix system is possibly impacting Sony putting first-party games on PC. We also going to ask the question, has Requiem set a new standard for third-party on Switch 2? I think Keith got a lot to say about this topic right here. Keith, do you have a lot to say here, sir? All right, so Keith is still having issues with his microphone, I see. But anyway, we're going to talk about that and much more. So welcome to the show, man. K-Bum 20 will be here a little bit late. Did I say hey to you, Neil? Welcome to the show. So, man, and we got to talk about all this other stuff going on, but what's good, man? Welcome to our 412th episode of the Live and Level Gamers podcast. Xbox out here trying to trick people into buying back into the Xbox family. So we got to talk about Project Helix.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Project Helix. Okay, Keith, what you think about old Project Helix? Okay, you went out again. I don't know what's going on with Keith. So anyway, Keith is having some issues with his microphone. It hit over 5 million. Not sure how many were switched to. Are you talking about Requiem? I do know. I was doing some digging. I know, far as just the standalone Requiem game, it sold, I want to say 35,000 in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. They saying if you combine both the bundle and the standalone game, the Switch 2 should reach 1 million sold by end of the month. So that's not bad for a new system on the market. I saw the percentages of Requiem, how it broke down, but they was only counting the standalone and physical sales. We don't know what digital sales are because Nintendo don't really share their digital sales. So they was 4% with the standalone. What's up, K-Bum? Welcome to the show, bro.
What's up, brother? I'm still on the road. I didn't join too late, so I'm here. Just listen to you talk about the sales.
Well, I wasn't trying to talk about the sale, but Comic Book Crunch came in with the info how Requiem has already hit 5 million. I know, I want to say 54% of that was on the PlayStation 5. I want to say 35% was on PC, 6% on the Xbox, and 4% on the Switch 2. But
that's bad. That's bad, bro.
Wait a minute. But when you add in the bundle, the Switch 2 jumps up to 25%. And you also got to factor in that the Switch 2 doesn't have nearly as many systems out in the wild as the PlayStation 5. But that's how it goes. So that's only the standalone.
I wasn't talking about the Switch 2. I was referring to the Xbox.
Well, the Xbox probably don't have
The
that many
Xbox
Switch
being
2s out there.
60%. That's bad.
The Xbox probably don't have as many as Switch 2s got out there. But yeah, that's how it breaks down. But we'll talk about that when we get there. But welcome to the show. I know, Keith, are you good now?
I hope so. I just rebooted my computer. We'll see.
All right, yeah, you good. I can hear you now. But yeah, I know you have a lot to say about this whole, this whole internet rummage amongst the Nintendo fans about Requiem, being the standard that all third party must live up to. So we had that conversation. I'm gonna let you cook there, let you share your thoughts there, sir. And then we got to talk about this, K-Bum. Sony is pulling back on the PC ports. We got to talk about it. What's up, Darkwing 709? Welcome to the show. So we got to talk about it, man. I don't know if y'all going to get that Riverine. I don't know if y'all going to get Galactica or Solos, or how you say that game. Sony like, not today, Xbox. Soros. Not today, Sony says. Not today, Xbox. You ain't going to loophole the game and get our games. Not going to happen on my watch. That's what they said. Because the rumor is Steam will be on this whatever hybrid system. You'll be able to get Steam because it's Windows. And Steam is Windows-based. So technically, if you buy this Xbox or even a Rogue Ally, Xbox Rogue Ally, you will be able to play PlayStation games on it. So Sony's trying to get out the game with it. They not today. But anyway, so we got all that to talk about, and we gonna go where it go. But anyway, anything else before we get into what you've been gaming on?
Man, they had a trailer for, I didn't watch it, but or a teaser for I was gonna say Fantastic Four, Green Lantern. I think it was Green Lantern.
The movie?
I think it's a TV show.
Oh, okay.
TV series.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that dampers that intrigue for me.
I'm hearing people who's feeling it though. A lot of people who's feeling it.
What is it on?
Max, I believe. HBO Max.
Yeah, I just paid for the Disney HBO Max bundle, and HBO Max still is not showing up on my Disney subscription. I need answers, Disney. I'm paying you this money. I need my stuff to show up in my recommendations. I don't like to pay for stuff I'm not experiencing, because I stopped paying for HBO Max. Then I saw the bundle and I was like, well, I don't need ESPN because I don't like Stephen A. Smith. So let me get the HBO Max bundle for $3 more. And I haven't seen HBO Max yet on my Disney subscription. Should I call them, K-Bun? What do I need to do?
Pull up.
Pull up. Oh, man. Anyway, we here, y'all. We ready to go. Let me see. I see playing Resident Evil 9. This definitely needs to be the standard for third parties on Switch 2. Capcom looking like they all in on the console. Yeah, seems like that. That Green Lantern trailer looks cool, but I need more lights. Okay. He said I need more lights. Y'all should check out Joe's College Road Trip if y'all haven't. Okay, all right, Comic Books Crunch. Joe's College Road Trip. What is that on, sir? Sure, where is that at? And then we're going to go into what you've been gaming on. Let's go. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. To take the floor first, what have you been gaming on?
Let me go ahead and go first. My wife about to stop at the gas station, so I have time to talk.
Tell her to pick
She
me
can
up some
drive.
Debbie cakes. I want
Some Debbie cakes.
I like to. Anyway, if I say that, y'all gonna say pause level. So let me give me 100. I was gonna say the donut sticks, but I was like, I ain't gonna let me get the donut sticks out. I was like, I can't get the donut sticks out, so let me say the cinnamon roll. Give me a cinnamon roll. Go ahead, K-Bump, man. You got it.
Gonna be good. There was so many directions could have took that. I'm just gonna.
I know, that's why I was like, hey, hold up. Let me say something different.
Okay. I'll go ahead and go. So what I've been gaming on is the usuals. Been playing not Madden, I'm tripping. 2K, and I'm excited. I'm excited. 2K just fixed their system. They just fixed this lag switching that's been causing issues in the game and on their game. So I'm very excited that they actually fixed that, and they are banning the lag switchers. And then been playing as usual. Marvel Rivals. But yeah, I've been trying to get to the end of Hades 2. I'm very close. I can feel it. And there's one more game that I've been playing. There's a new game on the list. I decided to, it's time to get back into single player. Actually, before I get to that one, I did pick up Tekken. I finally went out and purchased it. So I got a chance to play some Tekken 8 again. I felt big and bad. I went directly online. Didn't even go to practice mode. Hopped right into the online arena. Got to my first opponent. Whooped him up. What's that? 3-0. He wanted a rematch. I gave him these hands again. 3-0. And I started feeling good about myself. And I said, you know what? I'm about to keep rolling. And I got whooped the next two fights. So I said, you know what? I probably need to go back into the dojo and get some practice in. I ain't, you can't just hop in without practice. So I'm gonna get myself up and hop back online with that. But there is a new game I've been playing, new single player game I've been playing. There's a sequel coming out, and I've had this game for a long time, and I have not played it. I think now is the time to go ahead and jump into it and play it. I have dove into the world of Kena. I dove into the world, Kena. I'm playing that for the first time. I can see why you guys like it. It has the probably not the right word. The word I'm looking for. It has the light, playful atmosphere of a Nintendo game. I can see by the first couple levels I've been through, the tutorial and kind of the first main area you get to. It definitely has that. I'm trying to see about the combat system. It's not really complex right now. The enemies aren't really complex. You kind of just spam attack. So I'm waiting for the game to actually open up and become more diverse and more complex. But yeah, I'm playing Kena. I saw the sequel. It looks really cool. And I had the first one for a long time. I'm about to get into it and try to hopefully finish it. Be able to finish this game and be ready for the sequel whenever it comes out.
Okay, all right. So you're trying to get ready, huh? You're trying to get ready. I see you. I'm not mad at you.
It looks good. It looks good. I was surprised on how well the game actually looked, just the original Kena. So yeah, I'm excited.
Man, okay, all right. Mr. Norris, what's up, sir? What have you been playing on?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. My freaking mic is not working tonight. I don't know what happened. What have I been gaming on? Mainly 2 games. I've been gaming on those. K-Bump, I was talking, but you couldn't hear me. I was like, I knew he was finna say Kena. I knew he was finna say Kena. And Level, I apologize earlier. I thought he had already played it. Level had to call me out.
Yeah, I'm like, brother, me and you have been talking about that game, playing that game. I'm like, Keith, what you mean, K-Bump? I had the
What?
game.
I
I think I had it before you. I was
think you
like,
probably did.
but you beat it
Um,
before me. But I had it before you. I still got to beat the final boss. I haven't. Anyway, it happened. So go ahead. It happened.
I don't even remember. But okay. Dragon Quest Seven, getting close to completing Dragon Quest Seven Reimagined. Nia has already completed the game. I'm pretty sure she would like to talk about it with somebody, and I need to go ahead and finish that. They got some interesting themes going on. Y'all ain't gonna never play it, but the Almighty. I let you run with that if you will. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's going? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So, um, but yeah, whatever they got going on in this game is very interesting. But I'm still loving the game. Still loving going around and reviving the islands and meeting the new characters and seeing how these people are living over here versus these people living over there. And it's a good time, man. It's a good story. I thought the story was kind of thin at first. I was like, oh man, this game is going to be pretty thin, but it really opened up. And the more and more you do, apparently, according to Nia, my characters are pretty strong. We over here beasting folks. So, but yeah, Dragon Quest Seven. And the other game that I've been playing on is Resident Evil Requiem. Yes, yes, yes. And I am playing it on the Nintendo Switch 2. I went ahead and bought I think it's called the Generation Pack. So I got all 3, 7, 8, and Requiem or 9. And I must say, this is probably the best Resident Evil game Capcom has ever made. And I love 4. I have 4. Uh, the original and the remake. I think Resident Evil 4 is one of the best games they ever made. But this game here, I think it has the most user friendly play however you want to play type of gameplay. You could play first person, you could play third person. And I'm saying here, y'all can call me weird. I'm playing the entire game in first person. Uh,
Yeah, you are weird. No, you
I'm
weird.
playing. Look at Nia. Look at Nia. Look at this. Keith was screaming when playing the game. Just thought y'all should know that.
I can't laugh.
Snitching.
I can't laugh. I can't laugh at all. Go ahead, sir.
Screaming like a little girl. No, I had a few jumps. It's a few jumps. You got a few jumps coming up based on what you've been telling me. But I can't tell you where it's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen. You'll know. But yeah, man, I'm playing the game predominantly in first person mode. I tried to play it in third person. I don't want to see the character, and not because of the hair. I know I'm playing it on Switch, whatever, Darkwing. Not because the hair or anything like that. I just want to play it in first person. I just think it's a better experience. I'm so happy that they have that option. Um, but anyways, the game is creepy. The game is beautiful. The game's graphics across the board, no matter what device you're playing on, outside of the Series S. I mean, you're gonna get a really good experience. I like the character Grace. If you know anything about the Resident Evil lore, you know she's the daughter of shoot, I can't think of the lady's name, but you saw her in the game, but she's the daughter of her, and apparently something's going on, and I don't know. I haven't completed the game. I am currently in Raccoon City playing as Leon. Um, and yeah, I don't want to ruin or spoil the game, but I'll say this: the game is spooky. Especially when you have limited ammo. You hearing zombies in the background. You got this one zombie singing and all this other stuff, and you like, what is going on? You walking slow, you crawling because you don't want them to jump out at you because you got 3 bullets and you you don't know what's going on. What's behind this door? Uh, the big creepy lady who's afraid of the light that you meet in the beginning of the game. You saw if you saw the demo. She's creepy as all get out. But I'll just say this, because I know Level really gonna go in. I'll just say this. I'm really enjoying the game. I can't wait to see more of what the story is and how they're progressing the story. Um, so yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I'll probably piggyback some more off what Level say, but I know he probably finna really go in. But first
Nah,
person is the way to go, man. First person is the way to go
egg,
with
no,
Resident Evil.
egg,
Yes, it
no,
is. Yes, it
no.
is.
Yeah, if you want to have a heart
Absolutely.
attack, yeah, go first person. If you
Uh,
want to have a heart attack, poop on yourself, have your daughters laughing at you and looking at you with all type of shame and disgust, like you cannot
Sir,
protect
are you
me.
okay? Did this happen? Is this a
No,
real story?
no, but it would be if I was paying first person. I've already shamed myself enough for my daughters to shame myself to that degree. Anything else? Anything else you've been gaming on?
No, but I'll say this tonight. I let my listen. I have a 10-year-old now, and he was watching me play Requiem, and he was like, "I want to play," and I was like, "No, I don't want you messing up my save." So I said I do have the generation pack, and I don't know if I'm a good or bad parent, but I went ahead and let him play Resident Evil Village.
Well, slap yourself, bro. What you doing? What you doing?
But
I
he was doing good. I let him play him casual. He
okay.
was actually doing pretty good. Because he was sitting there watching, he's enjoying it. I mean, my boys, they've already watched Stranger Things, like from
Okay.
front to back, and they almost watched it again. So they're not afraid of like stuff or creepy stuff, anything like that.
I
But
thought you just might not want them to see all the gore and stuff. But I'm with you now.
no, they've seen stuff. Um, but as long as there's no, explicit,
Yeah, I'm with
sex stuff in there, I'm cool. Which is weird, right? But no, but he's been playing it. He's been playing a little bit of it. I won't let him play it without me though. Like you gotta play it when I'm in there. I don't want you playing it because you might have questions or whatever. So I'll sit there and play it with you. Because I watched my uncle. That's how I got into Resident Evil 2. I'm gonna end it here, but that's how I got into Resident Evil 2. I watched my uncle play it, um, and from then I wanted to play it. And I don't even know. I think I was younger than my oldest. So
you. Okay. All right. So that was Mr. Norris. So what have I been gaming on? Let me be quick. So I've been in that Shadows, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I finally got. I think I told y'all last week. I got to Yasuke finally, and I was playing some more with him. Assassinated another person, and kind of just trying to get acquainted with his style. What's up, Alan Alexander? Welcome to the show. I think that's K-Bone Boy right there. Am I
You can
right?
just say Alex. You can just say
Alex,
Alex.
okay, Alex. Welcome to the show, Alex. Welcome. But anyway, so I played Little Shadows, but and I was about to go back to Final Fantasy VII Integrate, but lo and behold, I realized that Requiem was coming out on that. I believe it was either that Friday because we had the podcast on that Friday of last week, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I was not going to get Requiem because I know me. I know how I am with such types of games. Now, I played Resident Evil 4 through to completion. I played Resident Evil 5 pretty much to the end. I just got tired of that game. It just got really repetitive, and it just did not
which
stack up.
one?
Resident Evil 5. It just, after a while, it just like, I just lost all interest in it. I didn't care
Oh, that's
anymore.
crazy. That is crazy.
Why was that?
I, no, because I remember when I had my 360, I had that game and I think I fought Wesker or something,
Yeah, that's where I
and
got it.
I was like, bro, I don't feel like playing this game no more. I love Resident Evil, and I
Right.
quit playing the game.
Yeah.
Never finished it.
That's where I got when you running around all through that and you trying to kill. I was like, I don't care, man. I stopped playing. And I think by that time, 360 was on his way out too, and I was ready. I was moving on to something else. But anyway, and I also played Dead Space, and Dead Space humbled a brother like no other. Dead Space was the humbling experience for your boy. And so I'm like, I don't do these type of games well. I wasn't going to buy Resident Evil 4 remake, but Keith had said what he said, and I was like, okay, let me try it out. And I fell in love with the game. I mean, but Resident Evil 4 is not necessarily scary. It could be spooky. It could be eerie at times, but not necessarily like scary. So I didn't know. I literally
But before you get into it, I just want to say that Dead Space was a game that made you want to turn it off and call it a night.
yes, many nights. Many nights. Hold that thought, K-Bum. Hold that thought, sir. Don't get ahead of me. So I knew what I was getting into strictly off the demo. Your boy was shook watching them play. Like, Lord Jesus. Lord, in the dark light, hey, oh Jesus. Crawling through the ceiling. Oh, okay. So I'm like, Level, are you going to miss this opportunity? They putting this game on the Switch 2. They have pulled all the bells and whistles. This game looks amazing. Are you going to punk out and skip this game because of the fear factor? And I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't miss it. I can't miss it. So I went on out there, Best Buy, found literally the third to last copy. Was it the last copy? No, Final Fantasy Integrate was the last copy. They only had 3 physical copies there. No. Matter of fact, I'm wrong. They didn't have no copies at Best Buy, Walmart in my town. I had to go to Target. Target had 3 copies. I bought it that morning, went and picked it up that evening, downloaded that night, got on the game. And you go through that first opening scene, and Grace is tasked to go investigate. I'm enjoying the visuals. Like, I'm going to say this right now. Look, whatever wizardry, whatever magic Capcom is pulling off, they pulling it off in this game. The only thing that really hampers, or not, it don't even hamper, the only thing that's different is the hair. And for me, it really doesn't bother me. It is not, but that's clearly distinctly different from the other versions. But visually, man, this is a stunning game. But anyway, so I'm just taking it all in. I'm walking down the street. I'm looking at the puddles. I'm reading the signs, and you get there, and the cop kind of comes up to you, and you get back there behind the tarp. And woo, I started already losing hope, and the ghost was leaving. The fight was already shrinking at me.
Not the ghost.
I was losing the ghost. I was fainting, Keith. I was fainting. I'm walking up the steps, see the little caution tape ripped down. I'm like, oh, I gotta go in this corridor, this hallway. Oh, gee, I walk up, push the door. Get up in there, look at the ground, see the signs on the ground, all the investigation stuff, the numbers, and I turned it off. I said, I can't take it. I got to go to bed. I turned it off that night. I gave up Friday. Came down on Saturday morning, turned it back on, lights. I got the lights off in my man cave, but it's light outside. So my windows down here are made to where the light doesn't shine in a whole lot. Bro, I had to ask my daughter to come down here. I tried to get my wife to come down. She ain't trying to help her brother out. My daughter comes down. Kendall comes down to watch me play the game. Brother, I paused the game at least 6, 7 times. Walking to the bathroom, I'm too scared to open the stall. I'm walking over here, and when you turn around, the bucket rolls into the door, in front of the door, and I'm like, oh Lord, what don't do it right now. I don't need it right now. Give me 10 more minutes to get acclimated. Let my nerves get down. My daughter is laughing at me, and bro, this is just the opening part. We haven't even got to the spook yet. We still in just teasing you. And Keith K-Bum, I am shook. I am literally shook. I paused this game. I'm pretending like I'm not shook. Brother, I was shook. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So finally I worked up the nerve. My daughter was embarrassing me. I told her to go upstairs. She was embarrassing me too bad because she ain't jumping at all. I'm jumping all over the place. I finally engaged the first real for real scare. You know what I'm talking about. And then you run into the main, well, at least currently the main protagonist, seemingly, the doctor, whoever he is. And then Leon comes on the scene, you know all the story. And then you get to where the demo is. K-Bomb, this is where Dead Space, well, everything I said even before put you in the mind of Dead Space. But, bro, this took me back to Dead Space. When I told you that game humbled me, brother, I text Keith the K-Bomb. I said, brother, I think I waste my time buying this game.
He did say that. He's like, I think I wasted my money.
I think I waste my money. I don't think I can do it. Man, when you, brother, the demo, I don't know, I thought I saw the whole demo, so I thought I was already prepared. No, you are not. You are not prepared for this. You are not, and I know we got to move on. You are not prepared for everything you thought you saw. You not prepared for it. I thought I had a lighter. I didn't know I had to go find the lighter. I didn't know. And the setup, the scene, the red light, it's just creepy. And you know she's there because you know it. So you don't even, it ain't about what's there. You know what's there. You just don't know when you're going to encounter it. And when she comes out on you, it looked like that girl crawling through the TV on Ring. Brother, I froze. I forgot where I needed to run. I ran back into the little safe haven room that you escaped from. The third time I ran in there, she crawled up on top and did something I wasn't expecting to happen, and I turned the game off.
She turned the lights off on you?
She turned the lights off. Keith, I turned the game. I said, you devil. You a devil. I'm done. I'll play you tomorrow.
She don't turn the lights off.
Man.
Apparently if you stay closer to the door, she won't turn the lights off. I think I saw Chariot Man playing it. He was kind of close to the door. But if you go deep in that room, all them lights coming off.
Yeah, you go in there. If you go in there one too many times, I think you got 2 times to go up in there. If you go up there especially after you get that fuse, if you run yourself up in there, you ain't she gonna make sure you're not getting back up in there. What Darkwing 7 say? Are you serious? I played through Dead Space and every Resident Evil since 4 several times each for unlocks. Brother, you a brave soul. That's why you need to be frontline in wars, cause you better than me. I was shook. So you get out of that spot. I don't want to spoil.
You want a cracker, bro? What you all that bragging you doing over there? No, nobody cares.
Dark Sun, what's up, bro? Don't be laughing at me, man. Don't be laughing at my shame. I'm just telling y'all the truth. So you finally get up out of there. You get to play as Leon now. I'm gonna tell you right now, Leon is like Resident Evil 4. He just a problem. That brother's bad. I didn't feel scared at all. And then you get right back to Grace. And I don't want to talk, because we're going to talk about Resident Evil again in a second. But, man, what it does is it makes you feel absolutely hopeless, absolutely powerless. You have nothing. It was one scene I'm in right now in the East Wing. I just say the East Wing. If you play in the game, you may know. If you don't, you will find out. The East Wing. Brother, when I say nothing, I mean nothing but oohs and ahs and breath and breathing. That's all I had in my shoes, creaking on the ground. I had no weapons. I had no guns. I had no hope. I had no desire to continue to play. I had to talk to Keith and K-Bum just to talk myself back in to keep going. Brother, they make you feel absolutely at the mercy of this game in a way that not even Dead Space felt. And the visuals, the ambience, the sound, the mood, the settings is just creepy as heck. That cook, and here's another thing that's crazy about the game. and I didn't really think it was a big deal, but seeing it in action, it is. Seeing how each of the zombies are trying to do what they were doing in their normal life, in their normal function. Like if they was a cook, they still trying to cook. If they was a janitor, they still.
Singer.
Yeah, I can hear you. You was going to say
No, I
something?
said, no, I said a singer. The woman who was singing.
Oh
Can you
yeah,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. The singer was so, and the fact that Keith, you can hear her so far off. It sounds like she right there, and it literally makes you scared to move forward because you don't know where she at. Like it's in this East Wing, I found out where they were. They're actually up on top of the stairs. But Keith, I walked in that area where you got the sofa area and it's a little lounge area. Then you got this loft stairs going up. I keep hearing all this stuff like they literally saying stuff they would say if they were normal. Like, I gotta go check the stats. Or they would be like, turn off the lights or whatever. And they trying to function like they normal self, but they messed up. It's creepy. But let me say that.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Did you go up those stairs?
No, I did not, sir. I told you I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing to go up there with. I'm trying to. I don't want to give away too much of the game. People haven't played it. I think I have 2 bullets. I got that stuff where you can kind of craft. I'm trying to craft a knife or something because I'm running out of bullets. I need something to keep killing these things if the bullets are done.
I want the knife.
So
give me the knife.
All right, golden child. Golden son. All right, golden son. The golden child, whatever that's Eddie Murphy. But let me say this, because we're going to talk about Requiem here in a second again anyway. Let me say this. This game is phenomenal. This is better than Resident Evil 4, and I never thought I would say that. Absolutely. This is the storyline, the pacing, the action, the sound, the ambience. Like there's one zombie the way you get him to move is to turn on lights. And he don't like the lights on. So I was watching RDC play and he just running through. And I'm like, brother, I had just done it. So I'm like, dude, but anyway, the woman in the bathroom scratching on the window.
The maid,
and then the other maid on the ground, kind of just scratching at the ground, and then she look up and look around and like she see you, and you make you jerk. It literally make you pause, and then she go back down and scratching. I'm like, brother, boy, they got this game. And if this is only like 2 hours in. And I know is worse, but I think I'm over my shookness now. I'm not as shook anymore. I just don't want to go and not have anything to kill him. But the game is amazing. So anyway, that's what your boy played on this week, and we will. I guess since we already talking about, let's get into our topics, and we can continue with Requiem, and then we can get that one on out the way and go to Xbox. So. As y'all saw, I literally just really gave a lot of praise to this game. It's an excellent game, and I'm playing it on the Switch too. And y'all have seen the comparisons. I can pull up some comparisons and all this, but it's been we can get that one on out the way and go to Xbox. Hold up. So, all right. So, I didn't mean to say so twice, but so anyway. Y'all heard us talking about it. Y'all have seen many playthroughs. Some of y'all are playing it. I'm playing it on the Switch too. Keith is playing it on the Switch too. I think he plans on double dipping and getting it on the PC so that he can take advantage of the ray tracing and all that type of stuff. The question becomes, and I've been seeing this on X amongst a lot of different people, this whole notion that has Capcom set a new third-party standard on the Switch 2 with this game, and should we hold other developers to such expectations? Keith, I'm going to bring you on in here first because we can get this on out the way and we could jump on this Xbox main topic, and then we get to Sony. Since we talking about Requiem, you might well just stay with it. What do you say, sir? Now that you've played the game, seen it running on the Switch 2, you got the floor. Go ahead. Is this the game that we should be expecting? Is this the quality that we should be expecting from all third party? Is this the new standard? Go ahead.
Is this the new standard? I would say this is the standard for Capcom. I don't expect anything less from Capcom from moving forward from this point. We've already played the Pragmata demo. I think Monster Hunter Stories 3 is coming out soon. I don't know what engine that's running on. You had that Kanitsu Gami game that came out at launch. I think Capcom has been doing a lot of amazing things, and like you said, level. I don't think anybody was really expecting
This
this
is
level of
Resident Evil
fidelity
Requiem.
coming from Resident Evil. Everybody's praised it, from Digital Foundry to um, other people that you sent me and shown me, and people on Twitter. You see, everybody is praising this game, and I've heard some conversations about uh, third party is on notice. You know, they are on notice. Like, you see what Capcom over here doing, y'all better bring your A game. And I'm not going to hold that to third party, other third party devs. I don't know if they have the same talent. I know for sure that they're not using the same engine. They might be using UE5. I don't know. They could be using their own in-house engine. I'm not sure. So I'm not going to hold them to that same standard. It would be nice to say, I'm not going to support your games if your games aren't achieving the same things that Resident Evil Requiem is achieving on the Switch 2. By the way, Resident Evil Village also looks amazing. I was watching my son play it. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, I couldn't tell the difference between that and any other version I played. It was really that good. But for Capcom specifically, I think they have set a bar, especially for themselves. They have set a bar that their quality. I think like that Monster Hunter Worlds game, I think was pretty bad on like pretty much everything. I think the RE engine doesn't scale well when it comes to like open world Monster Hunter games like that. But when it comes to linear games like Resident Evils and I believe Pragmata, I mean, we just played a little demo. Who knows what that game is going to turn out to be? But I think when it comes to linear games, my expectations when I see Capcom's name on there, I'm expecting high quality, AAA polish, everything. But I'm not going to put their credentials or not credentials. I don't know the word I'm looking for. I'm not going to put what they've achieved on another dev. You know, same way I look at City Project Red. I put them on another level because the things that they're able to do, even though they have their fumbles, when they recover, they're one of the top devs, and I hold them in a high regard based on what they were doing for my PC. So no, I'm not going to say this is the standard, but I will say that's the standard for Capcom.
Okay. All right. K-Bum, same question. And I know you haven't played it, but I'm pretty sure you've seen some of the footage and some of the comparisons. What say ye on this topic?
I so I've seen the gameplay. I've seen the conversations around the game. I've seen videos. I've seen comparison videos, and I'll say this much: I think it is fair to ask third party and expect third party to put in the work to produce a good product on the Switch 2. Right? We didn't really have too many showpieces on the Switch to say, hey, look, this is what's possible. I think probably the best third party was probably what, Doom Eternal, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe I'm reaching.
The original Switch?
Yeah,
Yeah, original Switch.
I think that's a good example. That's one of the better ports on the
Yeah,
Switch.
exactly. But there weren't too many later after that that you can say was showpieces or something that you can say, not even showpiece, but something you can point to other developers and say, look at what's possible, right? Now that the Switch 2 is here, I think it's fair to be able to point to a game. We did it with Cyberpunk when it was first shown, and say, "Hey, look, this is look at the techniques they are doing to get this game running on this system. Look at what they are able to accomplish on the system, as far as on the graphic side of things, on the performance side of things." Utilizing DLSS, if you want to call it tiny, whatever, but the fact that they're being utilized on the system, look at what they are able to do, right? I think it's fair to be able to do that. I'm not saying that you need to boycott any developer that doesn't meet that quality, but I think it's fair to be able to say, hey, look at what's possible on the system, right? It's not as fetched as you may think. We did the same thing when we were waiting for the first next gen only game to be put on the Switch. I believe that was um, the Star Wars game. I think that was the first next gen only game to hit the Switch, and we did the same thing. We were waiting to see what it looks like, so that we can have a benchmark to compare other games to or future games to. And it passed that bar, right? It passed Cyberpunk. It passed Star Wars Outlaw, and now it's passing the RE bar. And so I think it's fair. I don't know if I can say RE9 is the best looking game on the Switch. I'm going to stay away from that because I don't have my hands on it. I don't have something to compare it to as far as toe to toe. So I'm going to refrain from saying that. But what I will say is that I do think it is one of the best looking games on the system. And I think it utilizes um, newer technologies. I guess I got yelled at last week for saying next gen. It uses current gen technology. It utilizes current
Nia,
gen technology
Nia.
to exactly right. Oh, she already hit me up down there. Dang,
Yeah.
I must have said it already. Jeez, he already hit me up. Or uses current gen technology to in the development of this game. So it shows that it can meet the bar that's already being set by the current gen systems that are out there. So I think it's fair to use this as a showpiece. I think it meets the bar of being a showcase piece. Outside of Hairgate 2026,
Yeah.
I think it looks great. I even dare to say I think it looks spectacular, and I think it is well to do for these companies to take heed on what the others are doing. And I know this isn't a UE5 engine. This is an in-house engine, right? But it does showcase what you can do when you have some time to or the dev kits necessary to put the time in to produce a quality game on the Switch too. So I'm fair with that comparison. I do think it's one of the best. Cyberpunk is definitely up there as well. Star Wars has Outlaws has stated their foot in the claim, and also Shadows has done a good job of saying, "Hey, this is what you can do on the Switch." So I think there are several games out there from third-party studios that are showing others that, hey, you don't have to put slop, you don't have to just tone it all the way down, make it look like Vaseline. You can put your vision of the game on the system as well. Maybe there's some tweaks, maybe there's some changes, but it's not going to be so much that you can't uh, realize your vision on the Switch 2.
I'll say
Okay.
something before you go, Level.
Go ahead, Keith.
This game also, Requiem, is also making noise in the Sony streets. That same sentiment, and Level, I don't know if you was going to bring this up or not, but that same sentiment of how some people are feeling about the Switch 2 version, they're also feeling about the PlayStation 5 Pro. And I've even heard comments that say finally the PlayStation 5 Pro is justified because of Requiem and what it's doing with the I don't know if it's using pad tracing, but ray tracing.
PSSR 2.0.
Yes.
2.0
Yep.
is basically FSR4. So
Mm-hmm.
just want to throw that in there.
That's true. That's a really good point. So they're serving both consoles at this point as far as performance.
So, okay, I get my take and then we'll move on from this. All right, so I set that question up because I wanted to give Keith his opportunity to cook. I don't think Keith took the alley-oop. So now, K-Bum basically articulated what I kind of articulated in our chat. I think this is a twofold answer. Is Resident Evil the standard that we should expect from all third parties? The answer is no. No, it isn't, because we can't expect every third party to be able to achieve what Capcom was able to achieve with their in-house RE engine. It's just a good engine. Same with Cyberpunk 2077. It's a good engine. They have built it to be scalable. The reason I say this is because there's some K-Bum and Keith beat into me all through Cyberpunk 2077. Leveled. It's scalable. Leveled. Remember, it's scalable. Leveled. It's built to be scalable. So to be fair to Keith, which I set it up for him to knock that down, I don't know why he didn't, but no, it's not. But to K-Bum's point, which has been my point the whole time, is while Resident Evil Requiem is not the benchmark that all other developers should be held to, currently we have too many examples to allow developers to throw out anything on the system. To me, that's where we are. One thing we can say is the system is capable if you put a true intentional foot forward. If you truly optimize the game to the best it can run on the Switch 2, you should be able to yield good results. Like K-Bum said, I named all these same games. Shadows, I own Shadows. Shadows is a beautiful game on the Switch 2. Outlaws is a beautiful game on the Switch 2. Final Fantasy VII Integrate is a beautiful game, even though it's a previous gen game, not a current gen game. Still an amazing looking game on the Switch 2. Cyberpunk 2077, still one of is to me is the second best looking game on the Switch 2, because I'm going to go ahead and give the nod to Requiem. And then we got Pragmata. All these games says to me, and then I add, I add WWE 2K25 as well. Them are the top 3 best looking games, third or first party. Nintendo has nothing on the Switch 2 that looks better than anything that third party has put on it yet. Now to me, that's where the pressure is going to be. Third party's putting pressure on Nintendo.
You don't think Mario Kart World doing it, man?
Mario Kart World is a nice looking game. It's a beautiful game. But if we talking about really showing what the system can do, I'm sorry, there has been nothing first party that has shown it. So I'm leaning to what Keith said. No, Requiem is not and should not be treated as the standard by which all other third parties should be held to. But Requiem is an example of what smart, intentional, thoughtful optimization can do if you take your time and take the platform serious, EA. Because after seeing all this, it is of my opinion that what I saw with Split Fiction from EA could be better. I believe Madden could be better. I believe NBA from 2K absolutely could be better. But Requiem is in a class of its own because the studio that's producing it is in a class of their own with an amazing engine that also gave us Street Fighter 6 and Pragmata and this game. I can't expect every third party to have that level of knowledge and skills to pull off something. But as K-Bum said, we should have the basics of we expect you to do your best and put your best foot forward. And if you're doing that and you can't achieve what you're looking to achieve, that's fair. But if you're just trying to throw something out there just like you used to do with Nintendo platforms from the past, that ain't going to cut it. That's what I would say. Let me see. Any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, I did want to say I had not read your take on that.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, it's almost like you quoted me verbatim. I was like, did this brother just take all my juice?
No, that's why I was surprised. I didn't, I've been busy and I didn't get a chance to read your take on this. And so this was just my take. So it's dope that we were kind of in sync with that. So
yeah,
cool.
It was dang near like you read my take word for word. And I will say this, looking at them running together, PlayStation 5 does look good. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. But Switch 2 looks good as well, man. And when you compare the size and the wattage, and it's just phenomenal what they have achieved. So if you have a Switch 2 and you haven't played Requiem, if you got the nerve, the gumption, the gall, the temerity, the fortitude, K-Bum, the fortitude, K-Bum.
You ain't talking to me, brother.
Yeah,
I don't play Resident Evil.
I'm gonna tell you. I think you would enjoy this.
I think he would honestly. Too. K-Bum, the story is crazy. Cool. The story is good, bro.
Based on the area that I'm in right now, you would really like this particular area.
I'm cool.
But
I've tried to play Resident Evil, and they're just not my cup of tea. That the slow combat,
it's not slow, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not slow at all. It's not slow. It ain't slow at all, bro. It ain't stand there and shoot. No, you can move. You like Kratos.
You better move. You better move.
It's more. This is more. Think Kratos with guns. 2018. You moving about that pace. And
that's fair.
Yeah, I think you're moving about that pace. It's not slow at all, K-Bum. It's not. You it's not what you used to. It's not even Resident Evil 4 remake. Leon can move. Grace can move. It's the question is, do you want to move? That's the question. But anyway, go ahead, keep what you finna say, and then we'll move on to.
Yeah, we can move on after this. Something that you had just said, you was like, the PlayStation 5 version does look good. I'm gonna say this, even though I do plan on double dipping, because if you know anything about PC and these Resident Evil games, they go low in price with their discounts. So I do plan on double dipping when the price is right. But I'm not double dipping because I feel like I'm missing something on the Switch 2. I think the Switch 2 is so competent that I really don't have to. It's just a personal preference of mine that I want to just experience it on PC. But there's absolutely, outside of a few stutters, to be honest, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the Switch 2 version of this game. You're not missing anything.
No, you're not.
At all.
No, I don't feel like I'm missing nothing. And I know what I'm missing, and it's not enough to feel like I'm missing anything. It's there. It's a great accomplishment from Capcom. And it makes me feel like right now Capcom and CD Projekt Red are setting the bar, and I will give Ubisoft their respect as well. Let me see. Fred 2215, welcome to the show. Chariot Man, welcome to the show. I want to read what they said, and then we go. It said, okay. Oh, he talking to Nia. Let me see. The game is great. That's what Fred said. The PlayStation 5 Pro is really a PlayStation 4 Pro. All right, Darkwing. That RE engine might be one people want to adopt of Capcom. If Capcom, I think you meant if Capcom is willing to sell the license. That's a good take, Nia. I was going to throw that at Keith the K-Bum in the chat a day ago. But since you bring it up, what you think about that, K-Bum Keith? Should third party companies pursue the RE engine? Or would
Depending
Capcom
on what
even
type of game
willing to open it up?
that would be definitely something that I would be interested in seeing. But I think it really depends on what type of game they want to make. Like I said, I don't think it's really scalable. Like I couldn't imagine the Crimson Desert developer saying, "Oh, let's go get the RE engine." So it doesn't
Gotcha.
make sense.
Okay.
But I'm not mad at that idea, and
Okay.
not because it's coming from Nia. I don't
Okay.
care. I just think it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Okay. K-Bomb, what's your thoughts?
Man, forget Nia, man.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well,
I'm
he
Hey,
spoke.
no, because he said I was gonna be playing for Copia because of her. I was like, for Copia.
But Kobe
no.
out here killing it though. That game is. I was gonna bring it up, but I was like, do I really want to talk about Kobe? But the game is killing it though. But I don't want to make it about Nintendo. I'm trying to be fair. You know, I could talk about Nintendo all night, and I don't want to do that. I want to talk about Sony, and I want to talk about Microsoft as well. So, trying to spread the goods. Sound off in the chat now, y'all. Y'all up in here, man. Let us know who you is, man. I see 14 folks up in here watching live. Let us know who you be. And if you playing Resident Evil Requiem, let us know where you're playing it and how you're enjoying it right now. But anyway, what was you saying, K-Bomb? And then we're going to move on.
No problem. I don't think that's a hard thing to say. Is as far as just having an engine, yeah, I think it's okay, but having an engine that can be used by others outside of Capcom, I don't know. I think what makes the UE engine so user friendly is that is kind of like an open source type of crowd control type of software where people add from other places add to it to make it more robust. And so just the fact that yes, the RE engine is showing that its legs are very long on the Switch too, which is awesome. But as far as
another group using that same engine,
another group outside of it,
outside
I think,
of Capcom.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I want to say this real quick, and then we got to go. One thing I did find interesting is even though the Switch 2 is definitely a softer, I'm starting to understand these terms that they use. A softer image, meaning not as crisp and the clarity is not as well. The Switch 2 is less noisy as the PlayStation 5 because of what DLSS is doing. The Switch 2 actually, the reflections, like when you see in metal trays and shelves, the PlayStation 5 version is a lot more noisier than the Switch 2 because of the reconstruction of DLSS. Tiny or bespoke, I don't know. I'm not Digital Foundry. I can't use all them words. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. All right. So, not to be upstaged, not to be outdone, Xbox said, y'all talked all that trash last week. We got something to say. And they are teasing the next Xbox. And it's called Project Helix. Project Helix. Now, I'm trying to find the actual article that I had. And if I can find it, I'm going to pull it up. But since I led with you last, Keith, I'm going to bring K-Bum in here. K-Bum, what is your thoughts on this Project Helix? Now, let me set it up. It's supposed to be a hybrid Xbox and PC. I think this might be it right here. Let me pull it in, and I'll read it. And then if this is the post, this is the post. All right. So Project Helix, and it says, great start to the morning with Team Xbox. This is Asher, the new CEO of Xbox or Microsoft Gaming, where we talked about our commitment to the return of Xbox, including Project Helix. So what this suggests to me is there's more coming than just Project Helix or whatever this device is. The code name for our next generation console. Project Helix will lead in performance and play your PlayStation. Wait a minute. Project Helix will lead in performance and play your Xbox and PlayStation and PC games. Looking forward to chatting about this more with partner studios at my first GDC next week. So, K-Bomb, what are your thoughts on this new announcement of the next gen Xbox device, codename Project Helix?
Why are you talking to me about video games, consoles? Xbox. Why are you talking to me about consoles? Why read the room, brother? So,
sister.
brother, sister, read the room. Like, okay. So, it this doesn't excite me at all. You have fumbled the bag so bad with your current console. The fact that you stopped putting out reports of console sales years ago. And now you want me to get excited for a tablet or a 2-in-1 laptop or whatever, a Steam Deck, a Steam box, or whatever you're going to slap your Xbox name onto. The fact that it's a hybrid, the problem with, and maybe Keith can contest that. 'Cause I don't know what they mean when they say hybrid, Keith.
What? Okay.
No. I get it, but I don't know how far they're going into this hybridness.
Oh, okay.
Because what Keith can talk, because he PC games more than anything. The problem with PCs is the operating systems.
Yeah, it's draining. Windows is draining.
It's draining. It's heavy. It is bothersome. It causes crashes, and that's why people like Linux that's lighter, or even Mac if you can get a game that runs on Mac. But Windows is heavy, and that was even the big hoopla about the handheld
right
consoles. Was that oh yeah, but Windows is in the way of me playing video games. And now you're saying it's going to be a PC and a gaming console. And
no, they said it's going to play both. It's just going to play both. They really didn't distinguish whether it's a hybrid system. I'm gonna tell you where that's coming from. Hip Hop Gamer, and I haven't said this name in a long time, and he kind of annoyed me today because he been talking. I'm pretty sure he heard some rummaging about the next moves of Xbox. So I'm not going to deny him that, but he been on this whole hybrid PC, hybrid Xbox, where you can push the button and it goes into Xbox mode. I guess K-Bun, where it's no longer running off Windows. Then you can push the button and it goes into PC mode. All I see is potential for crapping out, and you can't play nothing. So that's where the whole hybrid rumor is coming from.
Okay. That piece has not been confirmed.
No.
Okay, that helps. Thank you, sir. So if we're staying in the realms of a gaming system, and this is only a gaming system that has a app or something on or has an ability to play PC games, then to me that is a better solution. right? Because it's still a dedicated gaming system that has the ability to now play PC. There's still some logistics that I'm curious about, but if if I'm not mistaken, that was kind of the Xbox's dream from the get go, right?
I think
To
so.
be
Shouts
that
out to
was kind
Dark
of
Sun Rider. I didn't see you up in here, bro. What's up, man? He was back there. Go ahead, K Ball.
yeah. I think it's been their dream. I know their dream has been to slap Windows onto a onto a gaming console, but also to be in this PC space, especially when they have this gaming anywhere. So they've always been tied very close to the PC. I think is a I'm going to backtrack it a little bit. I'm going to say I think it's a good place for Xbox to be in because they're already tied so heavily to PC. I think it makes sense for them to have this ability to play PC games. Um, like I said, Xbox Anywhere, they have Game Pass for PC, so it makes sense. But the question comes up. The question comes. There's two things, and then I'll get out the way. Two things that come up. Is the system going to be customizable? Right, and if it's customizable, because there's double-edged sword here. If it's customizable, then are your Xbox games customizable, for as different paths to select as far as graphics? If it's not customizable, are the PC games going to be Xbox Helix versions of the PC games, right? The reason why switch to games, like we see in Cyberpunk, pushes does better than its mobile counterparts, Steam Deck, and even the Xbox system. The reason why it does better is that the the developers themselves optimizes the game for the Switch, right?
Right.
It's
Right. Yeah.
optimizing for the Switch. And so instead of you playing with the dials and trying to find out, let me turn off shadow mapping, let me lower ray tracing, let me like what Keith does anytime he plays a PC game to try to get it to hit that 60 frames per second. Will this console have optimized PC versions of the games? If not, if it does not have Xbox branded optimized versions of the game, I think this isn't as good as we think it is.
Okay.
Because how well is it really going to play? He can tell you about PC World and how he's trying to get this game to run at 60. And he's turning up all these shadows and well, there go ray tracing, there go that. And you're going to have to do that in order to get this to work on your Xbox system. If the games are not optimized, if there's not an optimization set up for already developing the game for the Xbox system, the new Xbox system.
Okay. Shouts out to Flare Ice. Welcome to the show. I wanted to read what in this, and we gonna stay what we're talking about. But Comic Book Crunch said something I missed, and I think it would be dope. Nintendo gonna use it on Luigi's Mansion 4. I guess he's talking about the Resident Evil engine. But I do want, yeah, K-Bone, would it be dope if they sought out Capcom to help them produce Luigi's Mansion to put some of that scary in there? That'd be dope. But anyway, that's another conversation.
It would be. It would be.
Keith, come on in here, bro. What are your thoughts on this announcement from what is his name, Asha, and this new project Helix?
I have several thoughts. But my first expression is I have to echo K-Bum. I'm not excited about what they're talking about. Not because I'm not an Xbox fan. It's just they've been struggling to try to figure out their path, their DNA, if you will, their double helix, if you must. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's Game Pass. I've heard we've talked about Game Pass and how maybe they should kill Game Pass or uh, delay games from being day and date as far as like making them free to play. Make you still got to pay for them. I feel like Xbox has so many different things that kind of go against them. You know what I mean? Like so many like dark clouds are covering hovering over them, and it's like, man, y'all really can't figure this out. Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, bless them, as they go on to different things. But it's like Xbox is really in a weird spot because at the end of the day, they're all trying to get your $70. They all want your $70.
Yep.
Nintendo want it, PlayStation want it, Xbox PC. They all want your $70. And you're gonna put that $70 at the best place that and the best bang for your buck. And to me, the industry has already spoken. And you can look at the sales of the Xbox currently. People are buying on Nintendo. People were buying on PlayStation. The numbers for Resident Evil Requiem right now are higher on PC. People are buying it on PC, on Steam. So people are playing these games. And it's almost as if we don't necessarily need you, Xbox, to do anything. The numbers, I believe, are lower on Xbox. I don't know. I can't make that statement, but I'm just not excited about a new console. I am excited about a new controller. I will say that they can make a controller. Xbox they know how to make a controller. I'll tell you
He
that.
gonna
But
jab, boy. That boy good at those sneak jabs, man.
I, but I came on saying, or I think it was you, Level. My bad. Press a button and it goes from
That's hip
console
hop
to.
gamer, man. I don't know. We don't. Nobody
But
knows
is
that's
that
what it is.
but is that not what the Xbox Rock Ally does as well?
Supposedly,
Does so take that same concept and
right?
make it bigger? I guess I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just don't know where Xbox fits in anymore. I know people like to say competition. We need the competition so we can push everybody to their limits. But what is Xbox forcing Sony to do? Because I think Sony will be more of their direct competitor. What is Xbox
You
forcing
think
Sony to
so?
do?
I don't think I don't think
Huh?
Xbox can force Sony to do anything at this point. I don't think
Exactly.
I don't think
Exactly. That's,
right. I don't think they. Oh, okay. Okay, that was okay.
that's my point.
You set it
That's my
up. I was
point.
supposed to dunk that with that. I should have said
Yeah.
nothing, and you got it. All right, go ahead. My
Yeah.
bad, brother. Let me slap
Exactly.
myself.
Sony has literally not done much this generation, and they're still killing. I don't even understand it, and they're
Light
still
years.
killing. You know what I mean? And it's like if there was any time for Xbox to gain any type of ground and footing, it would have been this generation. And you couldn't even do it when they in the bed sleep. Sony in the bed with they got their toes curled up. They
they
sleep.
they
Sony
scrunch
is asleep right
they
now.
scrunching the sheet, Keith. They
Yeah.
scrunching up.
They getting snooze on the alarm because y'all ain't doing nothing. And y'all talking about consoles and all of this stuff. I just don't know what they're doing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could sit here and dump on Xbox. Whatever they do, I hope it's interesting. I doubt it would make me run out and buy one. I don't even own a PlayStation 5, and I like more of their games than Xbox. But that's just neat funny. But yeah, I'm not excited about this tease. I mean, they're going to
Sony
talk
got
about it
their
next week.
bonnets on. Sony got their bonnets on, Neil. Please tell them, don't be driving around town in the bonnet.
That's
As long as
funny.
they stay at
and they
home with
and
them.
they and they Nissan Altima.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. That was mean. I didn't mean to say.
That's funny.
But no, I mean, listen. Next week, what GDC she mentioned next
Yeah.
week, we're gonna talk about it. We'll know more. But as of right now, anything Xbox doesn't excite me. That's the plainest I can say it. Other than a controller, Nothing that
Okay.
they're doing right now excites me. Hey,
All right.
K-Ball, they can make a
Do what they
controller,
do
brother.
best.
They can make a controller.
Shouts
Hey,
out to Dark Sun. Welcome to the show, bro. He said it's going to flop, unfortunately. So my thoughts. Here's the thing. To me, you have already crippled this system before it can start. You
already.
crippled your fan base. You have already you have done the ultimate betrayal. You put your games on other systems. You have had a mismessage for the last 5 years. And like Keith said, Sony has been in the bed absolutely sleep. Studios closing all around them. No first party. They done went through a whole CEO, got another CEO that don't know, and then a new president. They all confused over there because they trying to do what they call it live service titles, and they unshut studio after studio after studio. Y'all acquired Call of Duty and Activision and Blizzard. Y'all acquired Bethesda, and y'all still lost. To me,
Bananas.
there is no reason to put any faith, confidence in Microsoft with the Xbox brand. The question I got, how much is this going to cost? How much is this device going to cost? How much is the Steam box? Well, how much that cost?
Did they officially announce it?
I thought they put it. No, I don't know. I thought they did. Maybe they didn't. If y'all know the Steam box price, look it up if you don't mind, Keith or K-Bump. See if you can find it. But the question is, how much is this going to cost? Because if you got a PC and a Xbox, you're going to have to add PC cost to that Xbox. So if it's a laptop, like I didn't even think about that, K-Bump. If it's a laptop that can play both Xbox and PC games, it's going to have to be a powerful enough laptop to do that. So we probably looking at at least 11?
So,
About the same as the Xbox Rogue Ally?
so the Steam machine, it's not official, but rumors are it's like you said, 11.
Okay.
1,000 to 11.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's say it's like the Mac, the mini. I got one of them mini Mac boxes down here. I think it's right here. My brother brought it over here for his studio. He wanted me to hook up Studio One on it. Mac Mini. These things cost almost $1,200-$1,300. Mm-hmm. Steam box, $1,100-$1,200. Xbox Rogue Xbox. I don't even know how to say it. Rogue Ally Xbox, whatever the crap the name is, $1,200. So this gonna be you. I was listening to, and I don't even want to waste too much time on this. I was listening to Hip Hop Gamer, and I got to thinking to myself, brother, you got to be one of the most delusional people. You have a platform because you flamboyant. He a cool dude. I like Hip Hop Gamer. But you got to be delusional if you think people are going to buy in because it's a PC. It's a lot of people don't even have computers in their houses that have Xboxes. Everybody ain't looking for a computer. And not one that they kid can get on and play games on. No, I want a computer for computer. I want my gaming for gaming. Most folks are not going to want to combine them. And not at those prices. So I don't know who this speaks to. I don't know who this appeals to because it don't seem simple. K-Bum kind of introduced some of the questions I would have. Okay, all right, if you making the game, is it optimized for the Xbox side or is it free to be scalable on the PC side? Like, what are we doing here? I don't know. So I'm not saying it won't work. I bet you it won't be affordable. So who is it going to sell to but a niche few? It seemed like to me they trying to move into the PC market altogether. That's what I think they trying to do. They trying to move into just being a PC without saying they're going into PC. So, any other thoughts on it? I don't know what they're doing.
I,
It makes no
I
sense.
do. I am interested. The way she worded that is
Yeah.
that is not. We are not going to hear more about this next week. That the gaming studios are going to hear about this.
Let me
I
see.
don't. I don't think we really get a lot of detail. We get any real details next week. I
Oh,
think
okay. Yeah,
this
you're
is
right.
just
You
an
are making a
internal conversation that she's going to have with these
right.
companies so that they can know what to expect with the next Xbox console, so they can prepare them. But I don't think we, the public, are going to get much next week. To
Yeah.
be honest,
Then don't
That
even say nothing.
that makes sense. But again, Keith, they gotta pour this. Look, they gotta put this fire out, brother. Last week when all that stuff with Phil Spencer and Sarah Bonds, and you should have saw all the comments. Nobody fell for that whole shenanigans, that whole bait and switch. They
yeah, bait
nobody
switch.
felt for it. So they gotta pour this fire out. So they announced something. This ain't nothing but smoke and mirrors. This is nothing but a PC rogue ally. That's what it is. It's another variation of the rogue Xbox Ally X. It's just a PC version, not a handheld. It's gonna be about the same thing, like you said, Key K Bump said. That's what it is. But they trying to make you deceive you into thinking they are focusing on Xbox like they used to. We're going back to our roots. What she say?
They're not.
Get a great start to the morning with the team Xbox, where we talked about our commitment to returning to the return of Xbox, including Project Helix. So it's almost like this ain't even what they mean when they say okay. Why would you say the return of Xbox and then say including Project Helix? As if it's not really the return of Xbox. It's something we doing as we try to return it. I don't. It's mismessaging. And like K-Bump said, Project Helix will lead in performance and play your Xbox and PC games. Looking forward to chatting about this more with partners and studios. I ain't even catch that. She ain't say to us.
I'm not gonna argue that. But I just
I'm
feel
just
like they
saying.
shouldn't have. They
No,
shouldn't have. I don't feel like she even should have said. I get it. You gotta put out
that's my
fires,
point.
but it's more word salad. Show up with something,
Yeah,
dude. If you gonna put out a fire with a fan base such as the Xbox, who's been toyed with, laughed at, been the laughing stock of the gaming industry, hearts been ripped out of their chest. Show up with something. Don't just say nothing.
right.
Show me something.
I'm
Show
in
me something.
agreement.
Like
I'm
you
in
can't just do
agreement
that.
with you. I'm just saying, it ain't me saying what they're trying to do does not mean I don't agree with. I agree with you. She shouldn't have said none of this to us. But they don't have Sarah left them, so they don't have her to smooth things over. Ash is out here getting torched in these comment sections. They're trying to throw something out there and hope somebody bites on this misdirection. This is just like you said, word salad is misdirection. It's not talking to us, but you giving it to us as if you were talking to us. You're not even going to be talking to us next week. You're going to be talking to partners and studios. You says committed to the return of Xbox, including Project Helix. So this is more of Rogue Xbox Ally X. That's what it is, just a PC version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of the same nonsense, which I believe this is why Sarah said no, I'm out. If I was cool with Phil, but I'm not here to do this with y'all. I'm good. So I'm up. Anything else? All right. So all right. We tracking pretty good. So the last topic, speaking of Sony, Keith asks, what has Microsoft made Sony do? One thing Microsoft did make Sony do is consider PC ports. But after seeing all the mess Microsoft has went through, And I think them seeing the card Microsoft is trying to play, Sony has decided that they want to pull back on PC first-party ports. This is coming from, I had a Bloomberg, but they want you to pay a subscription to read their article, so I'll read GameSpot. It says Sony reportedly retreating from PlayStation PC platform push. All right. Sony is reportedly stopping its plans to release PlayStation 5 games on PC, ending an experiment that started a few years ago that I think was motivated by Microsoft. So I'll give Microsoft that one thing that they kind of influenced Sony on. The company will start considering multi-platform releases for online games like Marathon, Marvel Token Fighters, Marvel Token Fighting Souls, and Horizon Hunters Gathering, while single-player games like Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, and the upcoming Kena Scars Kazamora are still coming to PC. However, apart from those titles, which I don't think Sony doesn't even own Kena, they're just publishing it. Do they own Death Stranding, or do they just publish that as well?
I think they published.
Okay, so they don't even own those two games. Okay. However,
may just publish it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think they just publish those games, so it's easy to let them go wherever. However, apart from those titles, no other PlayStation first-party in-house developed. Let me say it for them; they're not saying it. Any in-house developed single-player PlayStation game are reportedly planned for PC. No longer, they are not coming. You guys, you're not going to get Spider-Man 3. You're not getting Wolverine. Insomnia is not putting none of those games on the PC. According to Bloomberg report, which I tried to read, Jason, how you say that? So, I hate when I can't say these last names right. How you say that? I don't know how to say that. Anyway, Jason, last year plans for a Ghost of Yotei PC ports were recently scrapped. So,
my bad, Schreier.
Okay, thank you. Jason Schreier. Last year plans for a Ghost of Yotei PC port were recently scrapped, and the upcoming action game Soros will also remain exclusive to PlayStation 5. Sources intimate with Sony's strategy did mention that plans could change in the future. So clearly this is a response to some of the moves taking place by Steambox and Microsoft with these PC-type devices. Schreier added that several recent PlayStation games have not sold well on PC, partly due to Sony having an inconsistent release schedule for its games, and the company is looking to pivot back towards console exclusive. Schreier noted that Sony hasn't been launching its AAA titles day and date with PC, and as a result of that unpredictable cadence, it won't suffer many consequences if it pulls back on its PC releases. So this is a good example of why a lot of games didn't move well on Nintendo as well. If this is true, these releasing a long time after the game already seen its boom and its release. You know, people seen it elsewhere and they wasn't in the moment. They don't want to play the game a year later or 2 years later. And I think that's also true of a lot of the ports that was coming to Nintendo back in the day. That's why day and date matters. Another factor that might have sealed the fate of PlayStation PC ports is Microsoft's next Xbox, which is rumored to be more like a gaming PC than a traditional console, which I believe this is probably what it really is. Which reports indicating that the next Xbox will support multi-storefronts, which is also including Steam. Sony executives were reportedly none too pleased about the idea of its flagship games running on Xbox-branded hardware. What this means for Sony's own studio, Nexus Software, which focuses primarily on PC ports, isn't known. Although there's a chance the news isn't positive in the wake of Sony's recent closure of Blue Point Games. All right, K Bum, Sony guy. That's why we have you here. What is your thoughts, theories, takes, opinions? Please opine on your thoughts of this, sir. Sony pulling back on his PC first party ports. What's your thoughts?
First, I'll say this. I don't think Sony wants to do this. I don't think Sony wants to do this. I think Sony feels like they have to do this. That's it's two different things, right?
Okay.
Not that they want to do this or this is a decision they're like, you know what, we need to just pull back. I think they have to. The reason why I say I think they have to is because Sony understands this one thing that Microsoft tried to lie to us about. Exclusives matter, right? So if you have an Xbox that can play PC games, you now have you. This is now a PlayStation. As the slogan is reversed. This is not an Xbox. This is a PlayStation.
Yeah, let me highlight this so they can see exactly what you're saying, because this is what this article is pointing out. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. So I think I don't think they want to do this. Sony has stated in the past, I think just as last year, that they are seeing returns. They want to put more games on PC because it gives more, it increases the fan base for said game. Right, you have people who maybe haven't played God of War, or maybe a lesser extent, maybe haven't played Horizon, maybe, or isn't going out to get a PlayStation for a Spider-Man. But so now you're creating another audience in the PC space that may be now interested in Sony titles, right? Or you get people accustomed to Sony titles. The whole point of PC of on putting Sony games on PC wasn't just to expand the PC space. There it was a twofold thing, and I heard them talk about this. One is the games are too expensive. They need more. They need a bigger base to buy the game, right? So it made sense for them to not go to a direct competitor, which was the PC space, and to allow these games to grow there. So now you increase the base. But the ultimate goal is to move people to the PlayStation ecosystem. That's the end goal, right? It's not just to exist on PC, but to move people to the PlayStation ecosystem. This is why when Helldivers on PC, if you remember, that they started to require a PSN login to play Helldivers on the PC. Do you remember that?
Yeah, why we stopped playing? Because you don't want to play no more. Because you got mad at that. We
I
ain't
did not
playing
get mad at that.
Helldivers.
I don't care about
Our
that.
leader abandoned us,
Don't do
everybody.
that.
That's why we don't get to run and take over and
That is not true.
defend ourselves,
That
because
is
our
not
fearless
true.
leader quit on us, didn't he, Keith? He quit.
Yeah.
Left us hanging. We still running around in that game, don't know what we doing.
Are we done?
Oh, okay.
that is not the reason why I
I enjoyed
stopped.
Helldivers, man.
You're not done. Maybe you're done now. Okay. So the point was to get people to the ecosystem of Sony, and they were bringing that ecosystem, even though there were games already that needed a PSN login. Helldivers at the beginning didn't, but then they added it. It's a huge backlash, lost money. People returned the game, and Sony reverses their statement because the end goal is to get people into the PlayStation ecosystem, not just to make game money on the PC space. So if Xbox is now available on it can now play PC games, therefore PlayStation games, it does not make sense if you want to bring them to your ecosystem to allow your game to be played on PC. So that's why I believe that this is a move that they had to do, not a move that they wanted to do. Because I think they still believe in this goal of using the PC as a place to widen their user base, especially for these single player games, which cost so much money to make. To me, it still makes sense for the multiplayer side to still be in the PC and by another sense be on Xbox because of the fact that is for player experience. The more players you have out there, the better the player experience. And so I think it still makes sense for them to do that in the multiplayer space. But I can get their reason for the single player because that is Sony's bread and butter, and it makes sense to keep that in the ecosystem of the PlayStation.
All right, all right. Hey, bum dropping them bombs. I wish we could drop bombs in Hell Divers like we
Okay.
was.
Okay.
I
Oh
wish we could
Lord.
be like, move out the way, level. I'm finna drop my
I'm about to download
level. Would you
Helldivers right
stop
now.
throwing all these
I'm
mines
gonna
out here?
download Helldivers right now.
Would you stop
So
throwing
you
these
keep
mines?
referencing.
Look,
I'm trying to run over here. You unmimed up the
You
whole place.
you were terrible with those mines. I hated you with the
don't miss
mines.
that.
Oh man, boy, I had us protected, boy. You don't, but just don't go to the left. Keep just stay to the right. You all right if you stay
Like,
to the right.
who did that? My bad, y'all. My bad.
I
I didn't mean
guarantee you
it.
this wasn't nothing coming through that corridor over there. They wasn't coming through that little spot. But go ahead,
You
Keith. What's your
talking
take,
about
man?
us?
Yeah, y'all couldn't. We couldn't go through. They could go through. That we try to stay on opposite sides to this helicopter get here. That's the whole point. Holding down the fort. But go ahead, Keith. This
Indeed.
your take. What's your thought, man, on Sony pulling back from PC support? This affects you
Yeah.
directly.
I respect protecting your brand. I do. At the end of the day, I'm just one person. Definitely protect the brand. I was looking forward to, maybe playing Yote in the future and maybe Intergalactic and possibly even Wolverine. But it looks like if I want to play those games, I'm going to have to buy a PlayStation 5, which means I am not playing those games. And
That's
it
funny.
is what it is. I was more than happy supporting Sony uh, on Steam, but protect your brand. I get it. If you get on Twitter, the fanboys, the Xbox fanboys, they got their ROG Ally X, and they're like, "Oh, look at me, I'm playing Spider-Man 2 on my Xbox ROG Ally X," so on and so forth. And Sony probably was looking at that too. They look at this stuff too, and they was probably like, "Nah, nah, that's just more nails in the coffin." In addition to what everything K Bomb has already said, you know, um, trying to create a path for gamers to invest in your ecosystem, or create a pipeline for them to go to the PlayStation. I'm not mad at that. I was never going to go. And I remember, like Level just brought up, having to sign in to the PSN. Well, I have a PSN. I have a PlayStation account because I'm in the ecosystem, so to speak. And I didn't really have a problem with signing into to that, you know, the PlayStation Network. And I remember there was a rumor that Sony was considering, or maybe it was just, you know, Sony was considering having an app to funnel all of their games in this one area where they could still put their PC or put their games on PC where they could have restricted from other platforms. And I think that should still be something they should consider. Me speaking personally and selfishly, but yeah, this definitely affects me level because I can't enjoy the PlayStation games. I got my DS5 sitting right here. It's nice and beautiful and black and shiny, and it's not going to get any future PlayStation games. And I know Marathon is out today. I was just looking at that on Steam, and I was curious, and I was just looking at it, and Bungie actually published the PC version of Marathon.
So
Uh,
PlayStation didn't even have anything to do with that on Steam.
Well,
But
Bungie is PlayStation.
oh yeah,
Bungie's first party.
they did buy them. That's right. That's right.
Their first
Yeah,
party. So yes.
you're right. You're right. I forgot all about that. Um, I guess I'm not in the PlayStation ecosystem because I would know that if I was. But no, they look at what happened with Xbox, and they like you look at we talk about Game Pass, right? And of course, I know Sony's not going to be silly enough to give the games away, but being able to play those games first day and date on PC, I understand how that could take away from needing to buy an Xbox. Those are sales that could have went to Xbox, including the people who play the games on Game Pass. That's me. Um, so it can in the long run hurt. Now y'all talked about this, but I do believe day and date should at least be given a try before you just say we're gonna pull it. I know Helldivers is a multi-platform, not excuse me, multiplayer game, right? But it was also released day and date, and I think the numbers reflected that, not because it was multiplayer. I think, I didn't have to wait a year or two just to play this game. I can play it the same day and I can play with my PlayStation homies. I think that meant a lot. Imagine if Yote, when it came out on PC the same time, I think they would have saw an uptick in sales uh, as opposed to waiting that year. So, but at the same time, going down that path that Xbox went down, I can understand why companies say, no, we don't want to do that. So I respect them protecting their brand. Dang, Xbox, you suck. Anyways, so yeah, I think Sony's just being smart and they're being cautious because just like with Nintendo, Nintendo's bread and butter is their IPs. They lose their IPs and they're super protected. They don't even let Samus run around in Fortnite on other competing platforms. That's how protected they are of their IP. And I think Sony's going to start doing that now too and really start protecting their IP because no matter what, you're always going to have that internal fan base. So to me, I have nothing but respect. Yeah, it sucks because me and Neil always joking like, yeah, I need some new PlayStation games to play on my PC. Well, that's over unless it's a multiplayer game. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got, man. So
okay, so to answer my own question, how do I feel? I got a PlayStation 5. And I got an Xbox. Well, okay, let me stop. So to me, this just goes to what you said, K Bum. Sony and what Keith you just articulated as well. Sony understands the necessity of protecting their IPs, specifically their first party IPs. This again goes to the nonsense that I heard right before I jumped on this podcast from Hip Hop Gamer. And I want to show y'all something just to drive home just how important protecting your first party IPs are. Let's look at this. So, this says based on lifetime sales data, Nintendo historically holds the highest and most consistent software attachment rate amongst the big three console manufacturers, with its systems often seeing over 8 to 9 games sold per console. While PlayStation 4 and 5 have achieved higher attachment rates due to strong, consistent first party, it is Nintendo's ability to drive software sales per user, particularly first party titles, that makes it the leader in this metric. Switch, as of 2023, the Nintendo Switch passed 1 billion games sold with an attachment rate of approximately 8.22 to 8.94 games per console. Nintendo model often relies on players buying multiple keyword first party titles, Mario, Zelda, Pokemon. And this is what Hip Hop Gamer said, people are not buying these games. they are not into these games, and Nintendo needs to change. I'm like, brother, did you just see Mario movie surpass 1 billion? They making another Mario movie they got. Anyway, I'm like, what are you talking about? Sony. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Sony maintains a very high attachment rate, with the PlayStation 4 notably achieving a very high 13.8 ratio in some metrics and a 9.22 rate in others. Sony's first-party titles on PlayStation 4, keyword first-party titles on PlayStation 4/PlayStation 5 show higher attachment rates than most party titles. Let me read that again. Sony's first-party titles on PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 shows higher attachment rates than most third-party titles. Let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft Xbox. Historically, Microsoft has lagged behind with the Xbox 360, reaching a 7.5 ratio, and the Xbox One dipped even lower by a whole percentage to 6.55. However, Xbox, which this is a terrible prediction, is expected to gain market shares by 2026, shifting the balance. We know that's not happening. Key takeaways.
From my third party.
Still not gonna happen because them games still coming to Sony and Nintendo and PC. But okay, third party. All right, I take that. Key takeaway. While PlayStation dominates in total revenue and third-party sales, Nintendo generally has the highest attachment rate per console, driven by the intense popularity of its first-party exclusive hardware. Keith, K-Bun, what did you say? Sales and move systems?
Software.
First-party exclusive.
Exclusives matter.
Exclusives matter. What doesn't Microsoft have?
Good exclusives.
What does Sony have?
Good exclusives.
So as long as those games was going to PC with no threat of touching the Xbox, Sony, and I think this is what K-Bum, I think this is what you was cooking. It's not that Sony wants to do this. I'm going to take what Comic Book Crunch said. Sony woke up and said, what? They did what? All right. No more PC first-party ports, and went back to sleep. hey, tell them, tell Steam, no mas. We can't do that no more. We'll figure something out down the road, but until further notice, all exclusives, in-house developed games that are not multiplats shall only come to PlayStation 5 and the future PlayStation 6. Sony understands first-party moves devices. Nintendo has long proven this reality, that first parties will keep you thriving even in the lowest of times. People still gonna come and play Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon. It'll keep you afloat.
Wii U?
Wii U, anybody. One thing that was selling on the Wii U was games, software.
Smash Brothers.
Smash Bros, Mario Kart, all that was selling. So anybody trying to cut into that exclusivity and killing the motivator to drive you to the device, Sony like, no, we need you to buy the device, so we can't have you accessing our titles through a loophole through Steam on your Xbox, because now this is a PlayStation. And we don't like that motto. We don't like that marketing scheme. Let Microsoft have that, because we don't mind our PlayStation being an Xbox, because you can stay on the PlayStation and play your Xbox games all you want to, and you can buy more PlayStations, and you can tell everybody, I got an Xbox hybrid PlayStation, and Sony won't be mad at that at all. But they don't want no hybrid Xbox that can play PlayStation games. That's not gonna happen. So yeah, that's what I believe it was. I don't think it had anything to do with sales. I think it had everything to do with Microsoft is trying to rig the system with their system, and Sony said, we see that large joker you got there, but we took the jokers out. We only playing with deuces high.
All that.
No jokers in this hands, Microsoft. You thought you was gonna be able to cut the to cut the table. No jokers. Take all the jokers out. We playing deuces high, and you know that changes up the game. So Sony, like, we see through the haze, bro. We not fooled by what you're doing. No more exclusive first parties and too far the notice. And I'm looking at Nintendo like we ain't never gonna do that. Sony nor Microsoft. Keith, you brought up a good point. They wouldn't even let Fortnite put Samus in the game because it would be on a PlayStation system.
Right.
That if that don't tell you how important protecting your first party IPs is, nothing else will. If Microsoft's situation right now doesn't tell you how important exclusives are, nothing else will. The reason they are literally a ghost and a figment of our imagination, because they just if somebody blow hard enough, Xbox might not even be here anymore. Is because they didn't have anything to draw you to the platform. And then the one thing that they created that was a buzz, Game Pass, they undermined it by putting everything on it day and date, which killed sales or killed revenue, which took it out. So they had no first party, and they had a what you call an app or a what would you call Game Pass? What is Game Pass?
Service.
A service. Thank you, K-Bon. They had
No
no
problem.
first party games to generate a must have for the system, and Game Pass was on PC, and Game Pass killed revenue. So they lost revenue from multiple angles. So no, I understand what Sony's doing. I can't get mad at it. It's smart. You got to protect what drives people to your system. So shouts out to Sony for having enough sense to wake up and say, hey, y'all. Hey, I had a nightmare. I saw Kratos on the Xbox. What's going on? Find Joseph and tell him, can he interpret this dream for me? What does this mean?
That's funny.
But anyway, any other thoughts on this, or we can get out of here?
No, I don't have. I think Sony's making a good decision with this. I would like for them to expand. I am not a person that likes to gatekeep. I'm not trying to gatekeep PlayStation games. I think the more people get a chance to experience good gaming, the better. But I think Sony has to do this, and I'm okay with it. But I had no issues with the games being on PC in the first place. I'm still waiting for the world that when Xbox, Microsoft, and Nintendo gets together and make one super console, but that's a whole different discussion for a whole different day.
Okay, Keith?
I'm with it. Hey man, listen, I'm tired of. I'm with it. That's all I gotta say. I thought it was gonna be PC. I was waiting on Nintendo to finally jump on in. They didn't do it. But yeah, I'm with it. I don't know, man. Again, but respect for Sony to do it, but man, I want my PlayStation games back on my PC.
Now Keith got now Keith got to buy a PlayStation.
I gotta make decisions.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point. You got to make a decision now.
I've had a PlayStation since the PlayStation 3. Still got a PlayStation 4. It's not out of the realm of possibility that a PlayStation 5 won't be in my house, but it's gonna be late. PlayStation 6 might be coming out by the time I even consider it, but it'll we'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, man, and that's the pressure Sony is trying to create. Like, we gonna force your hand. You want to play, you got to pay. And somebody go over there and help hip hop gamers to understand these things. It's like, bro, I just be dumbfounded. I'm like, man, you got a major platform and you are able to say things that if you just look at how things have panned out, the company you thought and said should drop out is thriving. And the company that you thought was going to thrive is dang near about to close their doors. All because of those IPs that you always dumping on. Sony has always played Nintendo's playbook. Sony created killer first-party IPs, and they have been able to sustain themselves because of it. This whole generation has been kind of stale because we don't have any first-party games from Sony right now. That's what we got. A lot of third-party, and we still be like, man, where the games at? Where the games we want? I still got to go over there and play Ghost of Yote, but it's going to have to wait after Resident Evil. But anyway, pray that y'all enjoyed that on tonight. Hey, we got to a good time, 2 hours. I think this is a good time to call it a night. So, will you be getting Project Helix? Are you happy that Sony decided to remove their first-party IPs from PC? If you own a PC, are you salty? And are you enjoying Requiem wherever you're playing it? PlayStation, Xbox, PC, or Switch 2? With that being said, I'm going to send this to Mr. Norris. The floor is yours, bro. Go ahead and sign out, bro.
Yes, sir. It was a good show tonight, man. We got a chance to talk about Resident Evil. That game is on my mind right now. I didn't want to talk about the PlayStation thing because I didn't want to make it a reality, but it's a reality. And like I said, I respect them for protecting their brand. I have to, it just makes sense. Or they could be making games like Sonic. That was a shot. That was uncalled for. But anyways, man, I enjoyed everybody in the comment section coming through, chatting with us, keeping us company. And man, next week, we'll again. Hopefully by then I'll have the game complete and I won't be afraid that we get stuff with spoilers. So hopefully I have Dragon Quest beat as well. So good time to be a gamer. Pray for the nation.
Absolutely.
Pray for the nation. That. I don't know what's going on, man. What we doing?
Absolutely. That's absolutely agree with that. K-Bone.
Yeah. Enjoyed myself today, man. He said this one was quick. We 2 hours in. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a jab. It's all good. But I enjoyed it.
Than this.
I understand. I agree, man. It was a good topic. I think we spent enough time on everything, so I think it was good. So I enjoyed the podcast. I enjoyed you guys coming through. Thank you, comment section, for being there, for keeping us honest, for making sure that we say current gen and not next gen. I appreciate that as always. You guys are dope. You guys come through every week. We appreciate you every time you come in, leave comments, watch the video later. You guys are the reason that we still do this. I look forward to it, even if I gotta leave my wife's brother's wedding reception a tad bit early and risk getting myself in trouble. I did it for y'all. But no, man, enjoy myself. Look forward to next week. Peace.
All right. Yeah, I enjoyed myself tonight. I thought we had some good topics. Really enjoyed the Requiem conversation. Really enjoyed the Xbox. But yeah, man, Keith, I'm with you. Requiem is a great game. It's a good game. I'm glad I purchased it. I'm glad I pushed past my fear and manned up to this game. I'm so glad I did it because it's a really good game. I appreciate everybody that jumped in. Like Keith said, man, keep our nation in your prayers. Look, we're living in historic times, people. These are history book times. This president will go down in history for a lot of the stuff this man has done, and it won't be for good. Pray for this world. Pray that sensible minds get control. Pray that the Republicans realize they're trying to move this brother out to get some sense back in here. I ain't trying to make this political. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent. If you got any morsel of faith in you, pray, because this thing is escalating. And this ain't good. Y'all see what gas prices are? Y'all, And if they end up doing something to one of our ships, which like they did with Pearl Harbor, brother, we could be talking about World War III. Y'all better be praying. So I appreciate that, Keith. I appreciate that all day. Sometimes we need to keep it real on these podcasts. But anyway, we thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. This is your boy Level, K-Bum20, Keith Norris. Till next time. Deuces. Peace.
But we got smashed, bro.